Hey there, Clashers! Thank you so much for stopping by Clash of Clans Attacks. It is your host, Galadon, and yes, today we're talking about an experimental attack. This is Queen Walk Dragons at Town Hall 11. Now, the Queen Walk, Queen Charge with Dragons is pretty commonly used at Town Hall 9, and that is in a future video, but right here we've got LP Drew in Titan 2 at Town Hall 11 using this similar strategy out trophy hunting. Now, Titan 2 is nothing to sneeze at, definitely a serious region of the game, and so it was nice of Drew to give these experimental style attacks a try. Now, you can see that it looks like he was trying for a queen charge, in that he wanted to get the queen in after that air defense. He's got the jump spell down, but because of the lack of funneling, she is going to go ahead and walk to the left. Now, the king will pursue the jump spell, but the air defense already down with the lightning and earthquakes, more like a standard dragon attack. And we've got to admit that Drew even himself admitted he was kind of an amateur at this. He was just giving it a try, and obviously somebody who had been doing this at Town Hall 9 would maybe see the queen's pathing a little more clearly and know exactly how to get her in there and charge after that AD. And then with the earthquakes and the lightning, you've got two air defenses out of the way before the dragons move in. But in any case, with mostly grounded expos, it works out pretty well for Drew nonetheless. Now, he did have a few fails, he admitted, at this attack, but right here, 47% damage, the Queen and the Grand Warden just about to close in on the Town Hall, the last of the dragons about to fall, and the healers still doing a good job keeping the Queen up and far out of range of those remaining two air defenses. Now there's a single target Inferno locked onto the Grand Warden, and he escapes it. Smarter than the average hero, he wanders away from the single target Inferno, and Drew has already grabbed the second star, so 2 stars, 55% damage, and 14 trophies. But wanting to prove it was not just a fluke, Drew continued out there with the Queen Walk Dragon attacks. And this time he started with the lightning and the earthquakes on that far right air defense. And he's going to try to charge after the other air defense at the top of the screen. The Queen, the healers, the Warden, and here comes a jump spell. And it looks like she might head that way, but for lack of funneling, check out the elixir drill right here. That is going to cause her to walk, meaning continue along the outside of this base to the right, rather than taking the jump spell, heading in, and taking out the air defense early. And so again, Drew, but I wouldn't be much better at this. Obviously, this is more of a Town Hall 9 thing where you see this constantly. At Town Hall 11, not as frequently, but he tries to drop in his Barbarian King to go do the same job, but for some reason, the King seems to be allergic to the air defense. He is going to go after the elixir pumps, and then after that second elixir pump, doesn't seem like he would go to the left, but sure enough, he wanders off to the left, and that air defense is going to start working on dragons as well as the single target Inferno. But once again, with the lightning and the earthquake on the right-hand side, most of the air defense protection is down, and Drew is able to get in there deeply with those rage spells and get to the Town Hall. Once again, a big group of dragons focusing on the Town Hall, supported by the Grand Warden as well, and that is going to ensure that Drew comes out with yet another 2-star win. And right here in this attack, probably just helping to demonstrate how not to do the Queen Charge, how you got to focus on funneling when you're getting those units in. And we actually will have some great replays coming up in a future video showing different Queen Walk, Queen Charge strategies with proper funneling executed at the beginning of the raid. But again, hats off to LP Drew for being willing to be the guinea pig and to give this strategy a try at Town Hall 11. And here we go again, another base. This time, you've got a couple of grounded expos, actually 3 of 4, and that is still something we are seeing a lot of because there are just so many ground attackers. So don't tell anybody else about dragons. Let's let people keep their expos set to ground only. Now this time, again, Drew taking out one air defense with the lightning and the earthquakes, and it looks like, again, he wanted the Queen to go off to the right. You can see the jump spell was kind of like, go over here, but obviously funneling has to take place a little more effectively. Hey, Drew, again, thank you for providing the content and for giving it a try. I probably couldn't have done any better. And the Queen wanders off to the left. He sends in the King. They've gotten through this wall on the outside, but not exactly what he wanted to happen. So again, we're seeing more of a Queen Walk. She is mostly on the outside, going after useless structures, a gold storage, an archer tower that's under construction, and the King hacking on another wall that pretty much leads to nowhere. a rage spell down, and unfortunately enough units have been deployed that Eagle Artillery is raining down destruction on the units, and that is probably something you want to avoid should you use a strategy similar to this at Town Hall 11. Try not to activate that Eagle Artillery while you've got your Queen Walk, Queen Charge working, trying to get to that second air defense. They do finally head in that direction, but the dragons are down, the Lava Hound is down, and this raid is well underway, coming from a long ways away from the Town Hall. But Drew's still working his way there. There goes the last rage spell, and the fact that the Archer Queen has not needed to use her ability yet probably saves this raid for Drew, because he's only at 37% damage. The dragons moving their way towards the center. The healer's doing a good job keeping units up, and now everybody right by the Town Hall. The Archer Queen finally turns to the Town Hall. She is focused. She's got her ability in hand as well, and suddenly this raid looking a lot more solid as Drew is going to take down that Town Hall and grab the second star with several dragons still up, the Archer Queen, the Grand Warden, and several healers still up as well. So while many would say just use the standard Dragon EQ Lightning strategy where you're dropping the heroes after the dragons, it may have some merit, especially depending upon the base design, but that is probably why you will very rarely see this being used in trophy hunting as opposed to clan war when you've had a chance to study the base you're going after. So as always, thank you guys so much for sticking around all the way to the end of this epigram. Make sure that you check out the Clash Royale YouTuber tournament. Check me out on Camcord live streaming. Hit subscribe and like before you leave, and I hope to see every last one of you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. Galadon, forget to take your medication again, did you?